Welcome back. Joining me is junior defensive back Nick Slezak and junior tight end Ryan Sidarsky. Guys, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
So Nick, we'll start with you. The starting defense holds the Big Blue to only 10 points. What do you think was working for you guys really well on Saturday?
We just really wanted to stop the quarterback. That was our biggest part of our game plan because he's so mobile. And we ended up getting 5 sacks throughout the game, so that's huge. It's huge for our D-line to do that. And our DBs were covering guys downfield the whole game, so we allowed our linebackers and D-line to make the big plays.
Yeah, you know, Matt Holmes is probably one of the best rushing quarterbacks, you know, in the CCIW. He was their second leading rusher coming in. How are you guys able to contain such a dual threat quarterback?
We changed our game plan a little bit just to switch up our strategies and stuff to who's on the quarterback and all that. So we just really had guys looking out for him, and we knew he could run, so we just really focused on that all week.
Well, the Cardinals were able to contain a dual threat quarterback in Matt Holmes on Saturday. We take a look at how they were able to do so in this week's What's the Word?
Really want to contain the quarterback, so when we were able to do that, we knew we had coverage from the secondary to either get a sack or make a play on the ball. They needed some big plays to get back in the game, so I just stayed deep and was able to make a play on the ball.
All week we knew that 15-1 were the players to stop, and you know they played great. You know that they're going to be a threat every year. You know they were a threat to us last year. We had to do a little bit of adjustments because we knew that they're completing passes, getting some first downs, so we had to make our changes. But our defense stepped up, and our whole coaching staff, and we made the changes, and we stopped them.
Holmes was a big thing for the defense to help contain him, and we felt like if we could shut him down, felt like we'd be all right. And the defense did a good job this week, and just never be satisfied. You just got to keep working.
So Ryan, the defense does its job, and the offense does its job too, as well. As you guys put up 44 points. Yep. That seems to be the goal for this team every week, is try and get to 40.
Yep. Yeah. Every week our goal is to get over 40 points, and this week, we game plan every week, and this week they actually were not in what we expect them to be in, but on the fly, we changed, and it worked well for us this week. So,
did you guys know coming in that this was going to be a much tougher game than last year? The Milliken took Wesleyan to overtime the week before, and you guys, coming in, you had to have known that this was going to be a dogfight.
Oh yeah, we were expecting that, and definitely the conditions, the field was really muddy. Everyone was slipping all over the place, so that was definitely a factor in the game. But
Nick, talk about that. You guys are used to playing on artificial turf. How does that affect you as a defensive back coming out of your cuts, trying to jump routes when you're playing on a field that was almost as torn up as Soldier Field was a couple years ago?
Yeah, it's just really tough trying to get used to the footing, and even in the warm-ups before the game, all the DBs were trying to make plants and all that, and we're slipping all over the place. So you just have to really focus on, after the first series, just getting used to the footing and how the grass is and stuff, and throughout the game, you just kind of get used to it and your feet get used to it.
You guys definitely had your footing on third downs, on the defensive side. You only let them convert 2 third downs out of 13. That really shows that you guys really rising to the occasion, when the moment's biggest.
Yeah, that's what we pride ourselves on the most, actually, is we found out that we're kind of defense that, shuts offenses down in times like that, especially off of turnovers and on third downs. So we just really try to focus on shutting them down there.
And Ryan, you've risen to the occasion this year at the tight end position. What was it like replacing an All-American in Kyle Fedorowicz?
Oh yeah, well, Kyle and Alex Hahn were both seniors last year, and it's definitely some big shoes to fill. So me and the other tight end, AJ, have been trying to do our best just to help the offense as much as we can. It's been tough, though.
And you've done a great job at it, so even if it has been tough, you've been able to accomplish that. But you don't have to worry about just passing. You got to worry about blocking, too, sometimes. Yeah. What's it like having backs like Jordan, Nick, Ryan Kemp behind you?
Oh, it definitely helps a lot. If we don't make the best block, they can bounce out and make a touchdown out of nothing, pretty much. Nick does it all the time, week in, week out, just making plays. Even if our blocks aren't the best, as long as we get on our guy, he's going to do what he does.
And Nick, they had a solid receiver in Toby on the Big Blue side. He was able to get 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards receiving. What are you guys going to do to try to, improve on that when a team's got a number 1 that they really like to go to?
We practiced. We knew he was going to be a threat as well, but, we focused on the quarterback a lot because we thought he was going to be moving around a lot. And we just got to, just take into account that there's going to be a receiver out there. We have to have that in the back of our mind, that there's someone else we have to worry about. There might be 2 or more than 1 threat on the team, so we just got to be aware of that.
You know, and the other threat on that team was their running back, Sean Dunning. He was kind of a beast sometimes on those plays.
Yeah.
Was he hard to take down?
Yeah, he was a big boy. I mean, watching film, he ran hard, but we didn't know it was going to be that hard. And it was their homecoming. They wanted to come out and beat us, and so I think he was running for a little more, and he was hard to take down.
You know, and we were talking with the radio announcers from Millikin, and they said it's the biggest crowd they had seen in their 15-year history of doing games. Ryan, do you think that the Millikin homecoming crowd really played into the way they came out in the game?
I'm sure it did, but it really wasn't a factor for us at all. I mean, for them, because this is like their first good season in a while, it was a big game for them. So I'm sure that helped them a lot.
You know, and you guys have North Park this week. It's their homecoming as well. So are you guys just looking to ruin everybody's homecoming party, Nick?
Yeah, well, I mean, people pick to play us. They pick their homecoming, so they want to play us, and we understand that, and we'll just go out and play our game like we do every week. You
know, and you guys are going for your 17th straight win against North Park. Do you guys approach this game as you do any other game and just not think of it as a gimme? Yeah, I mean, every week we're thinking 1-0, go 1-0 for this week. So we're just going to take it as it is, and we're not going to do anything different than we have been doing. So, you know, as starters, Ryan, do you guys prepare differently, knowing that you may only, see 2 or 3 quarters of the game?
No, we prepare the same way, just in case. You never know what's going to happen throughout the game, so we prepare the exact same way as every other game. You know, and you guys you always say this, we want to go 1-0 every week. So how hard is it to not look past North Park into, the tougher CCIW schedule after that? I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's always in the back of your mind that you have Wheaton and Wesleyan coming up, and those are big games. But you just got to get over the fact that you just have to focus on this week and what's at hand, and not worry about the future. And the Vikings are a run-heavy team. Do you think the fact that you guys were able to contain Millikin will sort of help give you guys an advantage against the Vikings? Yeah, I mean, we know we're good. We have a great defense, and we know we could stop the run and we could stop the pass as well. So we'll be prepared for whatever they throw at us. Well, hopefully the preparation pays off, guys. Best of luck against the Vikings on Saturday. Thank you. Thank you.
After the break, we'll be joined by North Central College Sports Information Director Clark Tuscher and take a look at other fall sports in action. Don't go away.